Hi, this is Chuck Martin. I'm at the AI Summit London. I'm very happy to say I've got with me back again this year, Mohamed Sayed, VP of Data and Analytics at Yelp. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks, Chuck. It's good to be back here. I'm a machine learning engineering manager at Yelp, so not yet a VP.
You're on the way. So last year, you were with a different company. Tell me about that transition.
Indeed, yes. Last year when I came here, I was with Jaguar Land Rover. Now I moved to Yelp. Yeah, it's an exciting time, I guess, for the consumer internet industry as a whole. So, especially applications for machine learning and large language models. So I thought it's probably a good time to kind of try my hands on something different, with kind of different challenges that present themselves. I guess kind of moving from the automotive industry where things kind of move with a different pace to the internet, consumer internet. So it's kind of certainly been a kind of good transition that brings its own challenges and also learning opportunities, of course.
It sounds like a great move. So is it basically the same thing using machine learning with hardware, automotive cars, and versus Yelp software?
Machine learning is the same, of course, but yes, the applications or the problems that you're working with are different. Yes, as you said, in kind of in the car industry, yes, some of the problems could be relevant to that need to be run on the car itself, so in the vehicle. Other problems could be run off the vehicle, so kind of for offline analysis and so on. So, but yes, the machine learning models practically are kind of transferable between industries, I would say. And that's one of the great things about the age we live in terms of machine learning and AI, yes.
So where does the AF going to fit with product recommendations?
Yeah, currently in the whole sort of consumer internet, using AI and machine learning tends to be quite powerful in recommendations, especially if you think about what I tend to call sort of back-leaning experiences. So you're sitting back, you're sort of discovering what's there, trying to, I don't know, spend some time. Those algorithms tend to be very, very powerful, kind of giving you something and then learning from your behavior whether you like it or not, and then in the next move it gives you something that you actually would like more and more, and then it sort of keeps learning like that. Ultimately, you're sort of hooked, and you're sort of enjoying kind of, I don't know, enjoying the content that you're being presented with. So certainly the recommendation systems are kind of one of the most important and powerful applications of machine learning at the moment, yes.
So is this ultimately personalized shopping, but the people don't realize it?
Yes, so I mentioned about back-leaning experiences. Personalized shopping would be the sort of forward-leaning experience. So you're actually sitting and you know that you have a specific intent in mind that you're trying to achieve. You know that you want to buy something, you're looking for a specific service, your specific experience, and you're looking for options and evaluating options and so on. In those sorts of experiences, again, machine learning is playing a great role, but I wouldn't say it's the same level that we've got with sort of back-leaning experiences. So at the moment, a lot of yes, the kind of marketplaces on the internet, e-commerce and so on, is also driven by recommendation systems that try to interpret users' intent, and based on that intent at a given point in time, try and present you with the most relevant information, maybe a product information or some service that you're looking for, and try and sort of give you those recommendations so that you can take the next action in your search.
When a company is doing that, if they're wrong in their recommendation, does the consumer know it and start to not like the company? I mean, any company.
Yeah, I think that's certainly a possibility that, yes, based on the recommendations, the more you get relevant recommendations, probably the more pleasant the search experience is, and you're probably more likely to come back. And also when you're spending time on the website or on the platform, you're taking more engaged actions, and then that translates to, I guess, better bottom line for the platform at the end of the day.
So where do virtual assistants and chatbots go from here? I mean, they're finally getting a little bit better.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I think, yeah, what we've seen over the past, I don't know, 8-10 months has been amazing with ChatGPT, of course, as an example. I can certainly see two sort of avenues where the kind of conversational experiences could help a lot. One, the first example or the first avenue is when we are trying to replicate the consumer experience when we go to kind of physical shops. trying to replicate that in the virtual world, you miss the humans that you talk to. So when you're going to buy something, I don't know, think about a DIY chain, for example. You go to a DIY chain, there is a very experienced person, shopping assistant that will help you. You will say, I don't know, I want to fix my bathroom. They will ask you some questions, and based on those questions, they will ultimately recommend what things you need to buy. If you try and translate that at the moment for a DIY chain online, that's very hard. So you need to know what you're looking for, and you need to know, I don't know, the thickness of the wall, the type of the flooring that you're looking for, all of that beforehand. But where these conversational experiences and chatbots will help is to make that experience kind of, to reproduce that experience in the virtual world. So you start by a kind of a generic search term, like, I don't know, bathroom flooring or something like that. And then we'll ask you leading questions, and based on those leading questions, it will take you to further questions, and ultimately you will arrive at the point where you can make a decision. So kind of taking that knowledge from the humans who actually have this domain expertise and sort of reproducing that in the virtual world will be an important avenue that I can think of, especially for e-commerce platforms. The second avenue is reproducing things like customer support and frequently asked questions. This is, again, something that, I don't know, a lot of the time is a source of frustration in our online experiences, where you're trying to find some piece of information. It's really hard. You have to go and read lots of documents here and there, and ultimately you might find the answer or maybe not. But what could be done through the chatbots and conversational experiences is enterprises could tap into their existing knowledge bases, all of the documents that they have, and they build on top of those chatbots or conversational agents, where they will start asking you questions in turns, and then ultimately you will arrive at hopefully at the document that you're looking for, which will explain what you're looking for. If not, it will hopefully transition you into a human agent who will be able to assist you. This, again, is a very promising avenue. I mean, I saw that examples of this in my previous role in the automotive space, where technicians or service technicians had to read, I don't know, through around 5,000 pages of manuals to determine a specific error and how to respond to that. But by enabling them to navigate through a kind of a set of conversational questions, you say, okay, is the car exhibiting this symptom? Yes, no. Is it exhibiting this specific error code? Yes, no, and so on. You're able to arrive at a set of candidates of 10 documents or something that they have to read through and then decide what to do next, which is leading to significant productivity improvements. The same thing could be applied, I think, across the board.
So where does generative AI fit in all this? Everyone's talking about Gen AI.
Yes, I mean, generative AI is kind of, at the moment, as I said, with things like ChatGPT and before that, with image production and so on, there is a lot of hype around that. There is a lot of interest. Real-world applications certainly are coming, but I think, yeah, at the moment, a lot of entrepreneurs and engineers are trying out various ideas to come up with kind of specific products. But yeah, the potential they open is significant, and I would imagine in a couple of years' time, we will have significantly different industries, especially around things like copywriting and film industries and gaming and so on.
So how does the hype get tempered down?
It's through focusing on applications and real-world applications. I think the whole AI as a kind of a term and a concept is very fascinating when thought about in like big terms as this destination, final destination of the ultimate intelligence. But when we break it down into kind of specific, kind of boring, mundane tasks like chatbots that answer your question about bathroom flooring, then it becomes more manageable and more tangent that people can actually reason about and think about. It becomes more real. So by focusing on applications and thinking about the problems, specific problem statements that we want to respond to, I think that way we sort of move from the hype to reality and gains.
So a year from now, we're sitting here again. What are we talking about? Generative AI still, or something else?
I think last year I was trying to predict that, and I think I failed. I hadn't seen ChatGPT sort of make all of that.
No one did.
So I probably should try and be a little bit more generic or something and not be very specific. But I'm certain that to some extent we will still be talking about the applications of generative AI, large language models, and they're hopefully thinking more about applications in kind of variety of industries and variety of use cases.
Well, I look forward to that conversation in a year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.